The Ugly Duckling. Tell you the Ugly Duckling. Once upon a time, a mother duck was waiting for her eggs to hatch. Little by little, all the shells cracked and ducklings came out of the eggs. But the duckling that came out of the biggest egg was very large and ugly. Back in the farmyard, the poor duckling was bitten and pushed and made fun of by all the farm animals. "He is too big," they all said. The poor duckling was pestered by everyone. Even his brothers and sisters were unkind to him. So at last he ran away. He came out on a large moor inhabited by wild ducks and met 2 wild geese who told him, "You are so ugly." "But we like you very well. Will you go with us and become a bird of passage?" Suddenly, some hunters arrived. A large, terrible dog thrust his nose close to the duckling but didn't touch him. The duckling waited quietly for several hours and then hastened away from the moor as fast as he could. The duckling reached a poor little cottage where a woman, a cat, and a hen lived. After a while, he wanted to go swim on the water, but the hen said, "You must be crazy. You should lay eggs and learn to purr as quickly as possible." Desperate, the duckling left the cottage and soon found water on which he could swim and dive, but was avoided by all the other animals because of his ugly appearance. Autumn came, and the raven stood on the ferns crying, "Caw, caw!" Then the duckling saw beautiful swans who spread their glorious wings and flew away from those cold regions to warmer countries across the sea. The winter grew colder and colder, and it froze so hard that the duckling ended frozen fast in the ice. In the morning, a peasant saw him, broke the ice, and carried the duckling home. The warmth revived the poor duckling, but when the children wanted to play with him, he thought they would do him some harm and fluttered into the milk pan, flew into the butter cask, then into the meal tub before escaping through the door. Back on the moor, the duckling saw that the beautiful spring had arrived. From a thicket close by came 3 beautiful white swans. He thought they wanted to mock him. But when he bent his head down, he saw in the water below that he was no longer a dark grey bird, ugly and disagreeable to look at, but a graceful and beautiful swan. Some children came and threw bread and cake into the water. "See!" cried the youngest. "There is a new one! He is the most beautiful of all! He is so young and pretty!" The swan rustled his feathers and cried joyfully from the depths of his heart. I never dreamed of such happiness as this while I was an ugly duckling. The Ugly Duckling. Tell your own story. Tell your own story.
Once upon a time, there lived a family of ducks on a farm. They were all fans of the Good Boy channel. The orange duck in the hat was just hatching her eggs when a special event happened. One of the ducklings turned out to be different from the others. There were 6 eggs in the nest, and the mother just went to watch a new video on the Good Boy channel. And when she was commenting and liking, the eggs suddenly began to hatch. All the animals on the farm, having watched the game walkthroughs on the Good Boy channel, gathered in front of the new brood of ducklings. Voice 1, "Co, co, co, just look at him." Voice 2, "Amazing." Voice 3, "Look how ugly he is. Not yellow at all like the other ducklings. And how big." Voice 4, "Bah, a real freak." Of course, the ugly duckling was upset because the surrounding animals did not like him. The only thing he found comfort in was watching videos on the Good Boy channel. After them, he was cheerful and energetic, so much so that mice and caterpillars ran away from him in all directions. One day, the ugly duckling met 2 geese. Ugly Duckling: "Friends, have you already seen the new video from the Good Boy channel? It is really very exciting." Geese voices: "Really? Then we should definitely watch it, and also subscribe and like it." And the Scarecrow listened and remembered. He also wanted to watch the Good Boy channel. Sound of a gunshot. Dog, woof, woof. "Hello? Who are you? And most importantly, have you heard the good news about the Good Boy channel? Have you watched his videos?" Ugly Duckling: "Of course. Thanks for reminding me. I should like his latest video." In a cozy house, all the animals gathered to watch their favorite videos from the Good Boy channel together. Cat, meow. Even though his avatar is a dog, and I don't like dogs. But still, the videos on this channel are really wonderful. Crab brought good news to the inhabitants of the pond. Crab: "Listen up, everyone. There is a channel called Good Boy. You should definitely watch the videos on it." Thanks to the efforts of the ugly duckling, all the animals in the forest already knew about the Good Boy channel. They regularly watched videos on it, put likes, and wrote comments. Swans: "We, swans, will also tell our whole flock about this wonderful channel." Blackbirdie: "Tell me, Woodpecker, have you already seen today's video from the Good Boy channel?" Woodpecker: "I will definitely watch them after work." Ugly Duckling: "Beaver, how are you? Don't forget to watch today's video on the Good Boy channel." The kids in the house also really loved watching the Good Boy channel. Girl: "Yes, let's watch the walkthrough of the game, Angry Birds in Rio." Boy: "Great idea, and then we'll watch the game about Sesame Street." And the kids, together with the ugly duckling, hurried to watch their favorite channel in their free time. One day, the ugly duckling suddenly realized that he was a swan. Ugly Duckling: Wow, my appearance may have changed, but my character has remained the same. I still love watching the Good Boy channel. The swans were surprised that the ugly duckling had also turned into a swan, but they wanted to thank him even more for telling them about the Good Boy channel. Swans, thank you, ugly duckling. We will never forget your good deed. And here the ugly duckling and the other swans are happily swimming in the pond. And in their free time from swimming, they happily watch, like, and comment on videos on the Good Boys channel. Boy, how wonderful that we have the same interests as the swans. Girl, yes, I'm very happy too.
The Ugly Duckling. Puzzle. The Ugly Duckling. Find the differences. The Ugly Duckling. Find the image. The Ugly Duckling. Find the pairs. The Ugly Duckling. Color art. The ugly duck. Find the intruder. The Find the intruder. The Find the intruder. The ugly duckling. Find the intruder. The ugly duckling. Find the differences. The ugly duck. Find the differences. The ugly duckling. Tell your own story. Puzzle. Find the differences. Find the image. Find the pairs. Color art. Find the intruder.